everyone, hi guys, I am Charisma. Welcome to my channel. Anyways, I have a jingle for you guys. It's not long, it's like a short little song. It's not really considered a jingle technically, but I just call it jingles because it's short. This song is like a dedication toward to the girls out there or anyone who ever felt insecure or who felt, um, didn't fit in, don't feel comfortable within themselves, those who deals with those type of issues and problems or who are currently dealing with something like that. I wrote this song to my past self, and it kind of gave me clarity on that. Not only did it help me to like see a different perspective and grow and gain clarity, it also can help someone else. So that's why I wrote it into like a little song catered to you guys who may experience what I have experienced in my own past, of how not feeling, I didn't feel accepted. I didn't love myself. I didn't like my beauty, my pretty, or whatever, because I was so busy comparing myself to what was attractive, what was accepted in our society, and what people have projected onto me. I accepted and believed what they told me I was. I allowed that their seeds to plant in my own mind and allow that to grow instead of allowing my own self to grow, allowing my own truth and owning who I am and owning my own beauty and my own pretty. I didn't do that. Like, my past self was so insecure to the point where she would look at herself in the mirror and just like stare and say, why I'm not pretty, why I'm not worthy, why people keep calling me ugly and keep making fun of my head shape and the way that I talk and all that stuff. Like, why do people make fun of me? Why do people don't see that I'm pretty too? Like, well, I didn't see that I was pretty, but like, I just like, why can't I be pretty? You know what I mean? So I was so busy comparing what they said to me, and I was so busy comparing myself to what was accepted, and I just like I didn't feel secure within me. So I'm like, it took me a while to get to this point in my life of self-acceptance and self-love. Like, I had to grow, I had to let go of a lot of things. I had to realize I give myself validation. It's me. It's what I feed my mind. Therefore, if I feed my mind, negativity of not feeling worthy and not feeling value, not feeling pretty, that's what I'm going to see. That's what's going to be reflected back onto me, and that's what's making me unstable within my own body, my own self. So I'm like, wait a minute, I reject society standards, I don't care. I reject other people's opinions of me, I don't care. I accept my own voice on how I feel about myself, because at the end of the day, I'm living my life, and my life is worthy. I I have value, and I accept my life. I accept me. No one knows me better than I do. So I'm like, it's me. Like, it's like there's nothing wrong with me. And those seeds that I planted in my mind told me that, and I believed it. And I'm like, wait a minute. No, 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 no. It took me a while to get there to this point, but I got here. And I wrote this song to my past self of like the girl who was so insecure and not comfortable in her own body and her own beauty. And I wrote this for her, and I wrote this for anyone who may go through this currently. I didn't name this song, which is interesting, but how I started out is very beautiful, because it kind of like, I feel like it is the title. So let's go. Before I go, I just wanted to mention that I did not memorize every song, every lyric to this, because although it's short, I have so much poems and songs that I've written that I haven't shared, and I haven't shared it because I don't memorize it, because I can make a whole bunch of poems within one day and not memorize not one. So it's like, it's going to take me a while to memorize every little word. So that's why I just wrote everything down and decided to let you guys know I do have my notebook and I've written it down, and I'm going to, look here and sing it. So I know it's not the ideal performance of how I want it to be, But for right now, I wanted to share it because I feel like it can help someone. And this is also something I can always look back on and remember how far I came. So this song is also for me, which I already said. Okay, let's go. um, yeah, let's go. It's upbeat, kind of fast tempo, so I'm definitely gonna do a breakdown after I'm done, so you guys can get more clarity on the lyrics and why I wrote it. So like each line. So trying to start. This song is for the girls that couldn't see the beauty way. I'm here to say, girl, don't you see your pretty slave? How can you deny you're all that finds all in mine? Stop looking in the mirror, wishing you couldn't see the thing that wasn't there. No validation needed, it's all in you, only you should care. Remember, yes, I am that bitch. This ain't no ego shit. This is what my soul say. I'm going to represent everything I say I am. Yes, I can say I'm a 10, you can't make me bend. 10 toes down, I'm in my power, you can't deceive. Sorry, 10 toes down, in my power, you can't deceive. Confidence so high, you see how I rise, you cannot reach. You look me in my eyes, try to tell me like I will always see my pretty, I know who I am. Nothing else to say, I'm too gritty, you can hit my zen. I'm too gritty, you can check my zen. I kind of made a little mistake there, but you know, it's not the ideal performance. It's just like, this is raw, you know, this is the rawness of me, you know, sharing what I wrote. And I wanted to get out to you guys because I didn't want to shelf it and forget about it. And again, I feel like it could help someone. So let's do the breakdown. This song is for the girls that couldn't see the beauty way. I wrote that part because, again, like I said, I couldn't see my beauty, as well as I know that where we're so focused on not being that ideal beauty standard, or not feeling appealing or feeling attractive, or just not feeling good enough, we're so focused on the not, you know, like so focused on comparing, so focused on that, the negative parts of us, that we don't see clearly us. We don't see ourselves. We don't see that we're already beautiful. There's nothing wrong with you. And the reason why you believe there's something wrong with you is because you believe a concept, ideal, or what someone told you that there was something wrong. And that's why when I said, this song is for the girls who couldn't see their beauty way, this song is for everyone who couldn't see their beauty. All along, it was right there. I realized that there's nothing wrong with me. Like, I'm beautiful. And I'm like, there's nothing, like, why was I so fiscated on everything? Because I used to get picked on, like, you know, of my head shape, because I have a long head, and I used to get picked on my beauty. People used to call me ugly. Not only that, I would hear it from family members, strangers, or just people at school. They would pick on me or even compare me to my siblings because they were more appealing, more attractive than I. So they would make fun of me because of that, and therefore it definitely lowered my self-esteem. And I couldn't see that there was nothing wrong with me. And I should just accepted that you're beautiful, Charlene. Or, you know, that's my government name, but yeah. Charisma, you're beautiful, Charisma. And there's nothing wrong with you. You're fine. And all that matters is you giving yourself that love, that acceptance. Because the same way that you see yourself, there will be others that will see you the same way, because you're walking and you're standing in your power and you're living your truth. So don't get out of your way. So that part is what I meant by that. This song is for the girls who couldn't see the beauty way. The next one is, I'm here to say, girl, don't you see your pretty slay? So it's the same thing that I basically mentioned. It's like, girl, don't you see you're already pretty? Like, don't you see you're already pretty? Like, your uniqueness, your own unique individual self, you don't know how rare and unique you are, and your features is you. Like, wear it like a fucking badge of honor. Like, why are you ashamed of it, you know? Like, don't you see your pretty slay? Like, girl, you don't see that you're pretty, like your smile, like look at my smile. I used to, like my chubby cheeks, but I'm like, whatever. Don't you see, like you're pretty, like there's nothing wrong with you. And your head shape, like I grew into my head, like who cares? Like, and who cares what type of head shape you have? You know what I mean? So it's like, that's why I said, girl, I'm here to say, I'm saying, what is it? I'm here to say, girl, don't you see your pretty sleigh? I'm here to say, girl, don't you see your pretty sleigh? Like, seriously, don't you see your beauty? Like, just take away everything that's been told to you, what you've been taught. Just take that away and just actually see you. And you're gonna realize, like, what? I am me. Like, I'm beautiful. Don't you see your pretty sleigh? Okay, the next line is, how can you deny you are that fine? How can you deny you are all that fine? It's all in the mind. So is it, how can you deny you are all that fine? It's all in the mind. That's basically what I said. I just kind of said it a little fast. But yeah, how can you deny you're all that fine? It's all in the mind. So really, like, how can you deny that? Like, seriously, you're all that fine. It's all in the mind. Again, like I said, it's what you feed yourself. It's what you believe about yourself. It's what's going to be reflected back onto you. So if you keep saying that you're ugly, you're unworthy, no one likes you, no one's going to accept you, no one, that people's picking on you because they don't like your features, your flaws, or whatever it may be, and you keep accepting their opinions and their perception of you, and you accept that perception, that story, that's the story you're going to see. That's the story you're going to live in, and you're not going to feel comfortable within your own skin, your own body, your own self. You're basically trapped within your own self. That's basically what's happening. And I realized, like, what? How can you deny you're all that fine? It's all in mind. How can you deny it's all? How can you deny you're all that fine? It's all in mind. It's all in your mind. It's all in your head. When it comes down to it, it's all in your head. So be mindful what you feed yourself. What stories do you tell yourself? That's what you got to be mindful of. What story do you tell yourself? Okay, so the next line is, stop looking in the mirror, wishing you couldn't see things that wasn't there. Stop looking in the mirror, wishing you couldn't see things that wasn't there. So that line was basically, it's self-explanatory, really. Stop looking in the mirror, wishing things wasn't there. I did this. I actually did this. Again, this song is also catered to me, my past self. So I remember I would spend like hours and like I would take so many pictures trying to see a different outcome of what I was seeing back. And at that point I was seeing, the projection, and I was seeing the story that I fed myself. I was seeing that story, and I kept seeing it. No matter how many pictures I took, no matter how many pictures I told my little sister to take of me. That my poor little sister. She was like, "Oh my God, this is one with my sister," but she used to take me so many pictures, and she was like, "Why are you taking all these pictures? Like, why do you care?" Like, and like even she knew, but like I had to, realize this on my own. But no matter how many pictures I took, no matter how many times I spent time in the mirror looking at myself or videos and like hoping and wishing for a different outcome, to see some type of beauty, to see some type of pretty, to see something that I admire about myself, I didn't see it. All I saw was the story that I fed myself. All I saw was like my head, my nose, my cheek, my smile, my eyes. Like I just saw everything that I felt wrong because everyone told me they was wrong about me. And then I realized, it's like, 1 second, you guys. Sorry about that, guys. There's my mother in the background. But yeah, what was I saying? Sorry, you guys. I was saying, it was that, stop looking in the mirror, wishing you could see that wasn't there. So yeah, no matter what I was doing, the outcome was still there. I kept, telling me, it kept showing me the story that I believed. And I know that can happen to people out there who may go through this. It's like, you're looking yourself in the mirror and you wishing things wasn't there that you didn't like, or that you don't like about yourself, basically. So when I said stop looking in the mirror wishing you couldn't see things that wasn't there, so meaning accepting what you see, accepting your features and being proud of it, and like owning it. Own your shit. Own who you are. Own your beauty and walk in it. And like walk in your like really just owning, like, because I'd rather be free than trapped, because I know how it feels to be trapped. I want to be free. You know what I mean? So like, and I'm not living my life for others. I'm not living my life to make other people feel comfortable and pleasing them. Like, no, I'm living my life for me. This, my life was given to me, and so I'm going to experience it to the fullest. I'm going to accept everything that I am, and I'm going to wear it proudly, with no excuses and no apologies. And that's how you should live, and that's how you should rock, you know, your life. It's just, no, stop looking in the mirror wishing you couldn't see things that wasn't there. Like, no. And there's something else I wanted to bring out, because I know there's people that go to like plastic surgery, you know, to get things fixed, and you know, it's different situations. Like, some it could be for medical reasons, and others is for personal reason. This is for those who use it for personal reasons, as far as like they don't like something about themselves. I did have like a mixed feelings when it came to plastic surgery, why people would do it, and like if I ever wanted to do it. I actually did. I considered it for a moment, which was a nose, and I'm like, nah, I don't think I would never. I realized that I would never do it, and I know I said that I always go by the motto never say never, but seriously, I realized that because I realized it's not the outer appearance that needs fixing, that needs a change. It's the inner, it's the mind, it's how you perceive yourself. Because at the end of the day, there could be something else that you may not like about yourself. So that's how you deal with things, is to get surgery to fix it. Like, no, like I rather learn how to accept me and be okay with that and wear it proudly than keep going to surgery to harm my body and like changing everything and like having, no, like, who am I living my life for? Why, like, I have to look at the root of it. Like, we're like, why don't I like that part of me? Like, really, like, why do I not like it? Because if no one else said anything about it, if there wasn't no standards in our life, if everyone just accepted themselves for who they are and didn't judge anyone for their appearance or who they are, would we care? Would we truly care what features we have in ourselves, about ourselves? And I realized, like, no. So I had to really peel everything and look deeper into it. It's it's more than that. It's like more than skin deep. It's internal. It's mind, really. So yeah, I said fuck that shit. I'm gonna do what I need to do to heal and change and reframe my mind and really look at myself and say, why don't I like myself? Like, why? Like, let's look at the root. You know, that's how I see things. So it's just a perspective to get you guys to gain some type of clarity on that part of like, why don't you like yourself? Why don't you like a particular feature about yourself? Why? You know. So let's keep on going. No validation. Okay. No validation needed. It's all in you. Only you should care. No validation needed. It's all in you. Only you should care. No validation needed. It's all in you. Only you should care. No validation needed. It's all in you. Only you should care. So basically, this line is, again, self-explanatory. You don't need no validation. It's all in you. Only you should care about how you feel about yourself. Sorry about that, you guys. I had to pause it again. But basically, there's no validation needed. You don't need validation to, you know, feel accepted, to feel, you know, love about yourself. Because, like, at the end of the day, you guys know, I'm pretty sure you probably heard this already, because it's been said everywhere, but, like, if you don't love yourself, who will? You know what I mean? Like, if you get in a relationship and you don't love yourself, that person, like, that person may not love themselves, or that person may love themselves. They can see that within you, and they can take advantage of that, and they can give you what you're giving yourself, if that makes sense. If you have lack of love within you, that's what they're going to give you in return. It's like you attract what you are. So if you have lack of self-esteem, you're going to attract those around that have lack of self-esteem. If you have a lack of love within yourself, you're going to attract those who have a lack of love within themselves. Or, yeah, you just basically attract that. So it's like, it's not only that, it's just, we don't need validation to make ourselves feel worthy or valued or accepted, and to give ourselves self-love, or to feel pretty or to feel beautiful. We don't need that. And I know that we may want it in some way, like a compliment or two, but at the same time, it's like we don't need it. We give ourselves that. So that's what I mean. It's all in you. That's only you should care. Meaning only you should care how you feel. So moving on to the next line. Remember. I said remember. Yes, I am that bitch. This ain't no ego shit. This what my soul say. So I said remember. Yes, I am that bitch. This ain't no ego shit. This what my soul say. This is what my soul say. So let's stop right there. Again, self-explanatory. Remember who you are, basically. Remember that, you are that bitch. You're that person. You are that, you live in your truth, you live in your power. You're that bitch. And then it said, this ain't no ego. This is not an ego thing to feed your ego. It's a soul thing. It's internal. It's, projecting your internal self onto your outer self. And being comfortable, being at peace, and standing in your power, basically. So that's what it means. Like, yes, I am that bitch. This ain't no ego shit. This is what my soul say. Is you just basically projecting your soul, and you're in love with everything that you are. You love your flesh, you love your body, you love your skin, you love your features, and you love your inner world as well. And you're representing that, which goes hand in hand with the next line, which is, I'm going to represent everything I say I am. I'm going to represent everything I say I am. I'm going to represent everything I say I am. Sorry, I'm just going to cover it there because, like, you guys, my bed is a mess. I'm sorry. But anyways, yeah. So self-explanatory. I'm going to represent everything I say I am. So everything I tell myself, the story that I tell myself, I'm going to represent that proudly, and I'm going to walk in that truth. No apologies. So this represents everything you say you are. The next line says, yes, I can say I'm a 10. You can't make me bend. Yeah, this goes with the rating. And then there's like certain videos on like social media platforms where people would like go up to people and ask them, what would you rate yourself? I'm like, and they will like, some would devalue themselves just to like, some would just, stand in their power. It doesn't matter if that person believe it or not. And I like, when those who devalue themselves, I'm like, why do we do that? Like, who decide that I'm not a 10? And like, why should I care if you decide that's your opinion? It doesn't make it a fact. Like, I say I'm a 10, I'm going to live in that, and I'm going to walk in that. I'm a 10. Or whatever number I give myself, I'm going to walk in that. But I'm not going to devalue myself because you don't feel like I'm the standard or whatever. Like, fuck the standard. I make my own standards. Thank you. I make my own standards. Thank you. So that's what I'm saying. Is like, we can create, we can, manifest, we can walk in our power and walk in, in our own self-worth. We don't have to devalue ourselves for what. And first of all, why is that a thing? The rating thing. It's like, let's rate ourselves from the scale to 1 to 10. Like, bitch, I'm 100. If that's the case. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's why I say, yes, I can say I'm a 10. I say, yes, I can say I'm a 10. You can't make me bend. Yes, I can say I'm a 10. You can't make me bend. Like, seriously. Yes, I can say I'm a 10. You can't make me bend. So that's basically what I mean by that. It's like, yes, I can say I'm a 10, and you can't make me fold. Like, you can't make me bend. I'm not going to bend to my knees and make you feel comfortable and be a people pleaser. Like, no, I'm not a 10. You know that. I'm a 5. Let's not. No, I'm a 10. Stand in your power. Stand in your truth. You stand whatever value you want to tell yourself. But make sure it's a value of high honor. Don't devalue yourself ever. Ever. And don't allow anyone to make it seem that you have to do that. No. Stand in your power. Okay? Just wanted to make that clear. So yeah, yes I can say I'm a 10, you can't make me bend. Yes I can say I'm a 10, you can't make me bend. Yes I can say I'm a 10, you can't make me bend. Get the earwax out your ear so you can hear clearly. Thank you. The next one is um, 10 toes down, I'm in my power, you can't deceive. So it goes, 10 toes down, I'm in my power, you can't deceive. 10 toes down, I'm in my power, you can't deceive. So basically, I'm 10 toes down, I'm in my power, and you can't deceive. Like, basically, you can't tell me lies, you can't project, all your projection, all your opinions. It's like, it cannot touch me. It's just your opinion, that's your perception, your reality. That's not the reality that I live in. That's not the world that I live in. I am the main character of my own story, and I create my reality. So I'm going to manifest it the way that I want to. So the way that you view me is not how I view myself. I'm 10 toes down on this shit, and I'm going to stand in my power. And I'm letting you know. I'm 10 toes down in my shit. You can't deceive me. It's not going to work. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter the bullying that you do, no matter the picking that you do, no matter the dissecting, picking me apart, making fun of me, it's not going to work because I already accept me, baby. I accept me, baby. Like, seriously, you can't deter this one. You can't sway my power. And my power, I give myself. Thank you. So when I say I'm 10 toes down on this shit, that means I'm standing in my power. I know who I am, and no one can deceive me. Your seeds cannot feed my temple any longer, anymore. Okay? I feed my mind with healthy seeds, and I'm planting and growing to a beautiful tree that's bearing sweet fruits. Okay? So I decide who I am, and I know who I am, and I accept who I am. I own who I am. I own my shit. I own my flaws and all it all. So that's basically what that line is about. I'm sure it can gain you a lot of perspective on that. See how okay, so the next one is confidence so high, see how I rise, you cannot reach. Confidence so high, see how I rise, you cannot reach. Confidence so high, you see how confidence so high, see confidence so high, see how I rise, you cannot reach. It's like a tongue twister, this song, but I wanted to get out there. So basically, my confidence is so high, my confidence is so high, see how I rise, you cannot reach. So I'm elevating, and I have been elevating for a while. I'm not the same person that I was 5 years ago. I'm not the same person that I was 10 years ago. I'm not the same person that I was yesterday. I have changed, and I'm constantly evolving, constantly growing, and progressing. It's the story that I tell myself. It's the understanding that I gain, the clarity that I gain, and seeing things from different perspective, and shifting my mind, my perspective on things that doesn't work for me. It doesn't align for me. It doesn't work for my vision and my purpose in life and what I want. So if it doesn't work, I let it go. And that's what I mean. It's like confidence is so high. See how I rise. You cannot reach. You'll never reach the point, the higher consciousness I am. You cannot reach that. Okay? It will not, and even so, I still will not sway. That's what I mean. So, next line. What's the next line? Oh, look me in my eyes and try to tell me lies. I will always see my pretty, I know who I am. Okay. Look me in my eyes and try to tell me lie. I will always see my pretty, I know who I am. Look me in my eyes and try to tell me who I am. No, look me in my eyes and try to tell me lies. I will always see my pretty, I know. I will always see my pretty, I know who I am. Sorry, I messed up a little bit, but why I keep saying sorry, I don't know. I kind of you guys, I make mistakes. I'm only human. I'm only human. I am a human. I only human. I make mistakes and I care. I don't care. I make mistakes and I learn from it. And practice makes perfect. It's all practice things. And I will grow. Watch me. Anyway, so I always see, okay, so I said, look me in my eyes, try to tell me lies. I will always see my pretty, I know who I am. So it goes hand in hand from the last line I basically just mentioned with the confidence so high, see how I rise, you cannot reach. It's like, no matter what you say, no matter, what you try to do, like dissect me, pick me apart, um, you know, make fun of me about. It doesn't matter. I know who I am. I know my pretty. I know my beauty. I know who, my worth, my value, and my power. So it doesn't matter. And it's basically, that line basically says itself. It doesn't matter what you say. I still know who I am, and I know my pretty, and I'm still going to stand on that 10 toes down. So that's what it's going. On the next one, it says, nothing else to say, I'm too gritty, you cannot check my zen. This is the last one, actually. Nothing else to say, I'm too gritty, you cannot check my zen. Nothing else to say, I'm too gritty, you can check my zen. Nothing else to say, I'm too gritty, you can check my zen. Nothing else to say, I'm too gritty, you can check my zen. So, self-explanatory. The whole song is, but basically the last line was, nothing else to say, I'm too gritty, you can't check my zen. It's like, there's nothing else to say. Like, just leave it be, leave me be, and leave everything be. Don't tell me who I am. I'm too gritty, I'm too courageous, I'm too brave within myself, I'm too confident, I know who I am. And like, you can't mess with my zen, which is my peace of mind, my peace. You can't disturb me, I already know me. And I'm stubborn where it counts. And when I say where it counts, this is where it counts. It's like, I'm stubborn. It's like, you can't sway me on this. Okay? You can't sway me. And that's all I love about that. I just wanted to like smile, give you guys a smile, a confident grin. But anywho, just wanted to share you guys with this jingle. Hopefully you guys like it. You like the breakdown. I know I made a lot of mistakes. It was definitely a live performance. I'm gonna keep all the mistakes because this is reality. You gotta be practical here. And yeah, I will get better on remembering my songs without using my notebook. I feel like it would be better next time. But thank you for watching today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below what you think. And yeah, that's all. Thank you. Bye.